I remember my first trip to Haiti when I pulled into this town called Drouin. It was a long, dusty road to get back to where we were, and we pulled up, and it was all these rice fields. As we pulled into this one village specifically, I looked out in a field similar to this, and the water was about knee-high in this rice paddy, and there was this little girl. She was standing there. She was probably 3 or 4 years old, the same age as the girls that I have back home. I stood there and she had no clothes on, she was dirty, and she was reaching in the water, and she was rubbing it on her face, and she was drinking it, and she was cleaning herself. And I looked beyond her about 10 or 15 feet, was a big cow standing behind her, similar to the one we have back there, just going to the bathroom in the same water that this girl was drinking and cleaning herself with. And I sat there and I thought in that moment, how is God good? How is God good in a situation where this child has to bathe in disgusting water and drink the grossest stuff that I've seen? I had a lot of trouble when I got home with that. That thought, that whole experience, just that moment, I couldn't shake it. I remember standing on stage at church, and our first song that we sang was "You're a Good, Good Father," and I stopped singing it. Like, I'm leading the song and I stopped singing it because I just sat there in turmoil. Like, how can I believe that God is good in what I just saw? And throughout the next week, I remember driving in the car and just struggling with this thought and this process of God's goodness and how He's good in circumstances that don't make sense, how He's good in situations like this. As quickly as I had that experience, another experience overtook me, and it was the Lord saying to me, "Jake, my goodness is not defined by circumstances. I'm good because I'm good. I'm good because I give you breath. I'm good because not only did you see what you saw, but you were a representation of my goodness to that little girl. As you reached down into her and you gave her just a moment of joy, a moment of love, and the moment of Jesus. In that moment, you showed my goodness. And let me take it a step further. Not only am I good, but I look at you the same way that I see that little girl, standing knee-deep in your own filth. And I reached down to you and I said, I love you, and I've got you, and I'm going to take care of you." I realized in this personal experience that I'll never forget that God taught me one thing, that He is always good, all the time, in everything, that God is good.